back. I hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my growing, extended, beautiful family. Just thank you so much for the love and support y'all are constantly giving me each and every day is truly appreciating. To know that we're going through so many different changes to, being able to eliminate what's in our lives that is no longer serving us, to, build that strong foundation within our lives that, is truly deserving of us. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. If you feel like the videos are informative, give you good vibes, inspiration that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment, needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share them while you're at it. Give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music I'm listening to in the background is from the channel Meditative Mind, and the music is playing that is called um, Akashic Records, 639 hertz, and Manifest Love, Heal, Harmonize Relationships, Balance Heart Chakra. And I will post their link in the description box below. Excuse me, y'all. Um, and the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101 Heyokas Becoming Secure and Selective Within Your Energy. And you have transformed into your own meditation and affirmation. That's some deep stuff. When you have gone through so many different things in your life, like I was talking about in the last video, you have to be able to get yourself out of a dark place. You have to, and they always say it's good to wake up in the morning and just being able to say what you're grateful for, what you appreciate. Even though there may be some times that it may steer you off into a funky vibe and it may lower you because certain things may have not came into full yet, or things have been prolonged a little bit, or it just seems like things are coming at you. You have to be able to tell yourself, meditate, being able to focus on the good that you are trying to place into your life. They always say for, no matter what's going on around us, you have to stay focused on what you're trying to achieve in your life. And a lot of times that is hard. But that is that, like I said, it's a training within your mind. It's a mental training. You have to be able to tell yourself, clear your mind of impure thoughts, clear your mind of the BS that's going around you, just trying to keep your mind occupied, being able to tell yourself, hey, you know, um, I can achieve this. Hey, I'm going to conquer whatever I'm conquering. Hey, I'm going to allow myself to lift myself up even when things are going down. Hey, I am going, even though if I fall, I'm going to come back, jump back up harder than I fell. And, that takes a lot of courage to be able to do. That takes a lot of strength to be able to do. There are sometimes things that pop up in my mind. I'm like, nope, no longer true. Hey, release, like I said before, get that mental, spiritual vacuum and suck that up, allowing yourself to say, okay, this thing, is bothering me a little bit. Allow myself to work on that. And just, when you're allowing yourself to say, I'm going to allow myself to release these different things, clearing my mind, clearing my energy, my aura, my spirit, my soul, whatever, and focus on what do I want in my life? What am I trying to achieve? What am I trying to be successful in? What am I trying to aim towards? Allowing myself to, push myself a little bit farther and do a little bit more. Because right now, like I said in the other videos, I am tired and I'm so proud of myself because I did 4 videos. This is my 4th one. And, going through so many different things, I had to allow myself to go, I had to pull myself out of a funk, because certain things is taking place or whatever, and just allowing myself to, detour myself from what is taking place in my life right now. Being able to know you're not seeing everything. You don't know what your spirit guides, universe, all the powers that be is doing behind the scenes. A lot of things is working in your favor. You have to keep believing that. And a lot of times it becomes hard when you're dealing with certain things in your life that, you're really trying to shake yourself from. If you know it's out of your hands, they want you to stay focused on that because you're going to be taken care of. And a lot of times it's hard, when it just seems like when one negative vibration comes up, it comes up with an avalanche of different things coming all down to that. And I'm sorry, y'all been drinking a lot of juice and stuff, so it's been getting caught up in my chest. But different things like that, it takes time, and it's not like, oh, in due time it'll change. But no, when you're putting in that work, that extra light work, and they always tell you, don't worry about your materialistic things, or don't worry about your financial material needs, just keep light working. And it's like either easier said than done, which it is. But when you're allowing yourself to do that every day, you'll start seeing that change. When you change the way you see things, you'll be changing your surroundings. Things won't affect you like it was before. I'm getting to that point, like, hey, if I can't change this, let me allow myself to not stress on it. Give it to the universe and tell them, hey, I need help with this certain situation, or I'm feeling this way about this certain situation. Can I get assistance with this? Allowing myself to, take different mental notes, on trying to turn a negative into a positive, being able to transmute something that brought me down to lift myself back up, being able to, sometimes you got to psych yourself out. It's like, okay, if you want these things to change, you have to be able to put in that work for that. I know you're tired of looking at this situation. I know you're tired of being in this situation. I know you're tired of, that door being open, or you get aggravated with yourself once that door closed, then something comes up and you open that door right back up. When you're allowing yourself to do that, clearing, stay focused. You have to have that focal point, that tunnel vision on whatever you're aiming towards. You have to be able to do that. And, I try to apply that towards myself each and every day. And I feel good about it, because it's just like I said earlier, I didn't feel like doing videos today. I love doing videos, but it's like when you've gone through so many different things, it can put you in that low frequency to where it gets you unmotivated, or maybe you're going through a sign of depression or something like that. And it was just like I lost that drive for that, and I had to be able to pull myself out of it. And there's a lot of times you got to tell yourself, there's too many people praying on your downfall. They praying for you the day that you feel defeated and you give up. They'll be sitting up here throwing a party, because they don't want to see you grow. And those are a lot of times you have to be able to say that to yourself, even though you shouldn't worry about what people are saying. But sometimes you got to give yourself that, that vibe, because sometimes that pride of, vibrational kick in, like, nah, I'm a sore loser. I'm going to win this. I deserve that. I'm going to conquer whatever is trying to defeat me. And I'm going to come back 10 times better than, what I was when I first started trying to allow myself to heal on whatever it is. Being able to tell yourself, if a certain situation comes up, what kind of positive situation can I be able to come out of this negative situation? If you've been in a family relationship to where you feel like you didn't matter, or you were the one that they dumped everything on but praised everybody else. When you allow yourself to alleviate that, so is even when it's with your family, a lot of times we feel like if that's family, we have to put up with that. We have to stick around. We have to stay there. I don't know who told you you had to do that. I can understand if you're a child, and you're going through those different things, but when you're recognizing your worth, it don't matter, shoot, gave birth to you or not. I mean, it comes to that point where you're nobody's punching bag, you're nobody's doormat. You deserve that same happiness and love that they're wanting to receive for themselves. And if they're not giving that to you, you have to be able to eliminate yourself out of that equation. With my situation, I don't talk to any of my family. It's probably one 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 person I talk to other than my immediate, my children and stuff like that. I only talk to one family member out of my adopted family, one. And they were like, Dad, you really are not playing. I said, I was honest with it. I'll alleviate it all. I don't know if you knew something about my situation, or you being in my life for, for the wrong reasons. If I gotta guess where you are in my life, I'll just leave myself out of it. I become unbothered, just block numbers, delete text messages, and just keep it moving. Not everybody is meant to stay in your life. There's always a time and a journey for everything that's taking place in your life, and everything has a purpose behind it. You're learning some kind of lesson that you can value along the way. It gave you some kind of knowledge and wisdom. And then when you're allowing yourself to do that, you're standing bold in something. It's like you become untouchable. undestructible. And when you're allowing yourself, even change is taking place when something comes up and you usually reacting to it and you just catch yourself before you do that, that lets you know change is taking place because you're allowing yourself to acknowledge this right here would have pulled me back into my old ways, and I'm not even in my old ways anymore. I had a situation like that happen the other day. I was making a video and it just seems like I was okay and I laughed about that situation, but it just seemed like everything else around me started aggravating me. And I was trying to make a video and it was just like, no, this is not the energy you need to be representing right now. Take care of yourself right now because you're dealing with too much. And then it's like now when I allowed myself to take that breather, yes, that's the day that I really truly needed to be on my own. I was trying to push, a negative progress out, but there was just so many different signs that was telling me this is not that day to do videos. Too much is going on around you, and your energy is very up there, but it's like frigid at the same time. Like, ugh, you're trying to push out positivity, but it was too many different things. That's saying is right now you need to take that time for self care, and I said, okay, that's fine. And and I appreciate that because it's like everything has a reason for happening the way it happens. A lot of times when we're you know us as empath, we have a bad habit of giving all our energy towards other things, other people, other situations, other whatever it is. And when it comes time for yourself, there's nothing left for you. And they always tell you always have to main, it's good for you to be able to put love and acknowledgement or whatever kind of wisdom you're trying to place out in the world, but then you have to be able to allow yourself to know when you are on you're on fumes. You have to be able to take care of yourself first. There's nothing selfish about that you had to be able to do that for. You have to be able to take care of yourself. That's why I'm very, very heavy about that self-care situation. There'll be days that I have to really alleviate myself out of it because I really love doing videos every day. It got to that point, a few months ago where I was making between 7 and 12 videos a day, like 2 and 3 weeks straight. And I'm wondering why the heck I'm tired. I'm like, God, dog, you've been going like 2, 3 weeks straight without a break. And that was that time where universe kept on telling me push and push and push, because there'll be days where I'm gonna really need that time for myself, and I have so many videos lined up. It's not like y'all gonna really miss them because there's so many different things I've uncovered on my channel. But it was like I didn't understand at that time, but now it's just like, yes, that's good, because it's like if you only have about 4 or 5 videos, hell, they're gonna always get, they ain't gonna have anything to watch. But now it's almost coming close. I think I have almost close to 3,000 videos I've made, and it's just like I covered so many different content that even when I'm not, I'm gone for a couple of days. There's, what was it, last year around this time I took a whole month off to myself, because when I say ascension was hitting in, that's the main reason why I got dogged. I forgot. Around this time I go really heavy in ascension changes. I mean, it was so bad where I had like purple rashes going up and down my legs, and people are like, "Oh my God, Roslynn, what's going on with you?" I'm like, everything, man, everything. And going through these changes, and it's just like when I allow myself to, there's days I get in that funk, but then I force myself to look at every positive aspect of my life that came from those negative situations. I've got to meet so many different people. I allowed myself to really see what I was made of, being able to understand my gifts, knowing new gifts that I didn't even know I had, or I had certain things that I've done on the norm that end up being a special gift that not many have, you know, um, and being able to educate myself, not just through the things that I'm learning from experience, but from you all too. And being able to know it's like a community that has grown for you to be accepted, for you to be able to know there's different people that go through the same thing I do. And when I allow myself to really look at it like that, it's easy for you to focus on what you don't have, what you wish you had, or somebody got this and you wish you had that. I mean, it's easy to do that. Everybody does that. You're just like, dang, But now it's like when I see different people that like I'm subscribed to, that really do things that I really love, and I'm just like, yeah, this make me want to go do something. It's not me comparing that, but it gives you that drive when you see somebody who's just on their grind, just doing stuff. There was this girl on IG named Prima Donna, and she had me laughing because this girl is a straight hustler. She'll come out with some deep fryers telling you about different recipes she has, different pots and pans, waist trainers, different seasonings. I said, God, dog, can you give me the energy you got? Because I need that. But it makes me like, shoot, let me go pick up my phone and start going ahead and doing my videos and give it all I have. And that's what I love when I see that. I'm not hating on her because I'm congratulating that mess and being like, dang, I want to be like her when I get older. I want to be like her when I get growing. Being able to allow myself to be versatile in so many different things, have myself in different things. And that's why I love what I do, because it's like I try to cover different content about different things that you may be experiencing right now. You're trying to get out of that war within your head. You're trying to allow yourself to heal from different things that has took place in your life that it was really heavy. You're trying to set yourself free from those prisons of pain of what you've endured, maybe through your childhood, maybe through a marriage, maybe through your family, whatever. You have gone through something very intense that you are trying to separate yourself from, because we're all going through the same things. It's just different scenarios. And then when you're allowing yourself to see that, it's like with me, I can say I don't push myself out my comfort zone. My spirit guides guided me to not just make YouTube videos, but allowing myself to do podcasting. I love podcasting. Being able to share that on my IG and do a few IGs. Now I got to get, you know, um, in the routine of doing IG videos. There's a lot of people I'm subscribed to and do them every couple of hours. I'm like, I don't have that energy like y'all do, but it's like you don't know their situation. You don't know what kind of assistance they may be going through. You can't compare your life to somebody else's. Like touche, that's really true. Because it's like I can't preach something and I'm not practicing it myself. Because it's true, you don't know what other people have going on, but you have a lot of things going on, and then you're trying to allow yourself to heal. You're trying to heal from very traumatic situations, and it's not just one thing, but you had like 5 or 6 things going on at one time, on top of going through a spiritual awakening, and then trying to find out your gifts and not trying to lose your mind. So that is a lot. So a lot of times I'm hard on myself, and I try to tell everybody else, don't be hard on yourself. If you are sitting here in the dumps and you're not seeing any kind of positive things that's in your life, or you're not allowing yourself to see the positive changes in your life. And a lot of times we can get like that. If you got a lot of things going on in your life, we tend to stay focused on those things and not seeing, okay, what kind of positive, what kind of things that I can be grateful for that has happened in this situation that I wasn't able to see before, but I'm able to see now. They want you to be able to see that, even though things may be funky right now, allow yourself to see whatever blessings is coming in. Like, okay, you may not be exactly where you want to be right now, but if you can say you went one day without negative thoughts, one day without having to pull yourself out of a heavy emotion or anger or whatever, or somebody's not working your last nerve, that's like 4 different things you can say you can be positive about, because those are the things you didn't go through. Or when a negative situation came up, you allowed yourself to see the positive out of it. Like, okay, this no longer serves me in that manner. But being able to educate myself about this situation, or maybe about this person, or about this connection I've had with them that I wasn't able to see before, now I'm allowing myself to eliminate myself on being that way. I'm not going back to those different things. I'm not going back to that. I know, what was her name, Gossip Girl XOXO put up a post talking about, you're disrespecting yourself when you go back to a friendship or a relationship where a person has humiliated you, has downed you in more ways than one, maybe in private or maybe in public. But you took yourself back for that. You're disrespecting yourself, because a lot of times, I've sat back and it'll be either a certain saying or a certain movie or a certain song that reminded me of somebody I really cared for in my life. I'm like, Dad, I wonder what they're doing right now. It would be good to talk to them, but it's just like, and if they were meant to be in your life like that, they would be there. But if they eliminated that person out of your life, they're telling you not to go back. You're not a clock. You don't need to fall back. You need to spring forward. Just keep moving on. You can just be able to send that love towards that person from a distance. That don't mean you have to go back to them. Because there's a lot of times, I've been connecting with people that are going through breakups, and it can be hard. I went through mine as well, you know, and I had to be able to allow myself to know, if I was in a situation where that it seemed like that person always had drama in their life, or trying to get me into the drama that they're having, and I was either having to check everything. Shouldn't be in a relationship where you got to check somebody's phone, you got to check somebody's social status, or check their social media accounts and stuff like that, text messages, DMs. When you have to go through stuff like that, you're not happy. You shouldn't have to go through different things like that. If that person is downing you, not being encouraging or giving you something that can lift you up, giving you good compliments. You not having to worry about it if they're not in your face or whatever. What are they out there doing? Are they skinning and grinning in somebody else's face, or somebody just blinking their eye and smiling at them, and going them to them or whatever? You shouldn't have to think about stuff like that. And that's why the universe will allow you to keep going through those things until you allow yourself to eliminate yourself from those equations. It's like they did that. They turned your back on that person because they see that you weren't in a good situation. You had to be in that situation to learn different things. Even though it may have traumatized you in some way, it took away your self-worth, your self-love, yourself, even in your self-confidence, especially if you've dealt with a toxic relationship, a narcissistic relationship, or somebody with narcissistic personality disorders, or what is it, sociopath, psychopath, any kind of situation like that. You had to go through that, but then it has to go through that period of you accepting yourself, being able to accept what happened, being able to heal yourself, being able to eliminate yourself from that jaded type vibration or tainted or extra baggage or whatever you got. Because when you allow yourself to sit with yourself, I've been by myself for 4 years. Well, not by myself, but been celibate for 4 years, even though I know I'm never by myself. But that gave me that time to be able to concentrate on me. It's like I done had a whole bunch of people trying to holler at me, but I'm just like, look, I'm all about trying to heal myself. I'm not trying to make my life more complicated than it already is. I used to have a bad habit of when I got out of one situation, I jumped into another just because I didn't want to think about that one and didn't realize I'm about to start the same pattern all over again. And it always happens. And it may be, it may have took 2 years with this one, but then the next thing you know, when I jumped on another one, it probably went within a couple of months. I came around and seen the same thing, and then jumped into another one. It was less than that, probably about a month after that. Boom, came into the same thing. Because it's like when you're not allowing yourself to take that time for yourself, it's just like you have a big humongous scar, or a sore or something like that, and you constantly picking at it and won't let it heal, and it gets all infected and stuff like that. That's just like your life. That is just like your life. You have to be able to allow yourself to go through that acceptance, go through that time of what that person has taught you. Not being that mentality, because we can go through that mentality that all women are the same. All women are, the HO word. I ain't gonna go through that because YouTube be trying to dock you for certain things. Or all men are dogs. No, it may be the filter that you keep picking is the reason why they keep happening like that. You have to be able to change stuff up. Don't sit up here and be picking the same people and think you're gonna have a better outcome. It comes about the same thing. If you like the gangster guys or whatever, then you know that this one may be going after all these women, or be doing a little tripe stuff or whatever. You have to be able to, you know when you get yourself into that healing process, don't go for the same ones. Don't go with that. Allow yourself to get to know that person. A lot of times we get in situations we may be feeling that person and got sexual chemistry, and boom, and next thing you don't know that you may mess around with somebody's husband or somebody's wife, or this person can be straight crazy. It could be something like that. But when you're allowing yourself to go through those times and saying, you know what, I'm not gonna fall for the norm like I did before. When I start seeing certain patterns come up, and it's not like you're saying that every person is the same, but when you start getting them same kind of vibes to remind you of something that you went through, and it's just like if you putting up them boundaries, say, hey, I'm not comfortable with certain things that you're doing, or hey, I don't like how you were talking to me, and you have to be repetitive about that. You don't even have to warn that person. They're gonna know when you're not there no more. You're no longer accepting their phone calls. You're no longer accepting their texts. You know, or they see when you block them. They will just know that. But when you're allowing yourself to be solid and very selective about what you put your focus on, when you're allowing yourself to do that mental training of, even when a heavy vibration comes up that is going to bring you down, you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, yes, it's happened, yes, it messed me up, but you know what, I'm in a better headspace now. I'm focusing on this and this and that. I release this, give it to the archangels, talk to the spirits that be, tell them, hey, I need you to, to take this, or even do that mental, like I said, the mental vacuum. Allow yourself to say, okay, what emotion I felt at that time, what do I feel about that person? And when you can be honest about it, forgive that person, give compassion. And a lot of times it's hard to do that, especially if they have kept doing that. But you have to understand they're using what they got. If it's being pain, They're inflicting pain because they're feeling pain for themselves. We're all going through those changes, but a lot of us are learning life lessons. The things that other people are doing may not have been on their road yet. They're going through it because they see the signs, but a lot of times they want to overlook that and then keep on doing it and then wondering why all hell breaking loose in their life because signs told you, hey, you need to stop. Hey, you need to change. Hey, you need to take time for yourself. But you can't allow yourself to be fixated on stuff like that. A lot of times, send them love and keep it moving, keep it all moving. But when you get into that point, allow yourself to say those positive affirmations. I'm going to conquer this. I'm going to be successful. I'm going to love myself just like I am. If there are certain things that I want to change about myself that I don't like, not somebody else, but I don't like, let me allow myself to work on that. If you got some toxic vibes about yourself and you realize those things are toxic and you're recognizing that and want to work with it, that's power. You're giving it to yourself to transform yourself into something better. We're all working on those goals on being the best version of ourselves. So I hope you were able to resonate with this, y'all. I'm so proud of myself because it just seems like I had a burst of energy. Maybe, certain things done changed around here, but I'm just happy that I was able to do that. I may come up with another video after this, I may not. But I hope y'all are having a blessed week, prosperous week within everything that you're doing. Keep working with yourself. We're all going through these changes for the better, and a lot of times it can seem scary because these are different vibes. When you took a different route, things start to look different. Things start to feel different. When you are taking that change within yourself, your surroundings will change as well. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video. And I would love to give a post notification shout out to Jess Rouse. I'm glad I was able to help you when you needed it. So I'm glad about that. So, God bless. Sarah. Who else is this? Christina Liberty. I hope I pronounced your name right. And like Mala Patterson. And Mary, was it Mary Boquita 32 and Darren Wilkerson. Welcome to the fam. And Annie I. Um, like and subscribe. Drop me a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Tell somebody about the channel. Share. Hit that notification bell. If you need to get in touch with me privately, a lot of people do by email or DM me on IG. You can go ahead and hit me up privately. A lot of people don't feel comfortable with talking about whatever they're what they're going through or whatever issues they have with certain situations. I try my best to help out people the best way I can. If I can give you, insight from an experience that I may have that you may be, dealing with right now. If not, I try my best to send information to you to enlighten you and, give you a deeper understanding about whatever you're going through or what you're trying to head to. And whatever we talk about is confidential. And um, know you're truly blessed, highly favored, forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I will see y'all in my next video. Even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. All those things will really take you a long way. I'll see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be wild.